Hi, I'm Naba'a Muhammad. I'm the award-winning editor for the Final Call newspaper, and I'm also host of Straight Words with Naba'a Richard Muhammad, B.J. Murphy, and James G. Muhammad, which airs live Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. or midnight Central Time on WVON AM 1690, Black Talk Radio Chicago, and we're live streamed at the iHeartRadio app and on WVON.com. To get more content from Straight Words and more of my writing and speaking, please go to straightwords.com. But I wanted to get into a subject that I think is important and one that we really need to look at and look into. So let's start. Fake accounts, fake news, and Israel's fake friendship. There have been warnings and woes about fake social media accounts in different countries, notably Russia and China, have been accused of using disinformation to sow discord in America and influence U.S. politics. Some have lost their minds claiming black folk and young people are falling for an orchestrated digital flim-flam that's pushing them to drop out of the political process. But what you probably haven't heard about is Israel spending millions of dollars on fake news, fake accounts, fake images, and fake stories to pressure black lawmakers in particular and others to back the Zionist state's genocide in Gaza, while telling lies about antisemitism at campus protests, crushing criticism, and keeping U.S. aid dollars flowing. Writer Sharon Zhang of truthout.org noted on June 5th, quote, "The Israeli government spent millions of dollars to fund a covert, ongoing social media campaign to create an illusion of stronger pro-Israel sentiment in order to push U.S. politicians to send more military funding to bankroll the Gaza genocide and other Israeli atrocities," a new bombshell report finds. She continues, Haaretz and the New York Times detail how, in October, the Israeli Ministry of Diaspora Affairs allocated $2 million to an AstroTurf campaign to create hundreds of fake accounts across X, Facebook, and Instagram. The reporting is based in part on reports of fake accounts uncovered by research group Fake Reporter that began documenting the campaign shortly after it began last year. And, Ms. Zhang adds, quote, "The posts were aimed at placing blame for Israel's slaughter on Hamas, accusing college pro-Palestine protesters of being anti-Semitic without evidence, vilifying the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestine or Palestine Refugees or UNRWA, and urging lawmakers to approve packages like the U.S.'s recent $15 billion influx of military assistance to Israel. Fake English news websites touting pro-Israel and extreme Islamophobic material were also created as part of the campaign. The accounts were disguised as concerned American students and constituents and cited articles by fake websites called Non-Agenda or Unfold Magazine, for instance, that copied and reprinted articles with a pro-Israel bent from news websites like the Wall Street Journal or the Jerusalem Post. Many posts were written by ChatGPT, as owner OpenAI confirmed, and Meta has claimed to have worked to disrupt the campaign. This is Sharon Zhang reporting. And she says, quote, "Still, the revelations are a stunning show of an attempt at foreign influence on U.S. politics and lawmaking by an ally of the U.S., perhaps echoing Russia's attempt to interfere in the 2016 elections, an act that spurred a political flurry that lasted for years, prompting droves of hearings and investigations in Congress, Ms. Zhang points out. Well, this is according to NPR. OpenAI, whose chat GPT has gained more than 100 million followers since 2022, reported the covert Israeli activity along with secret Russian, Chinese, and Iranian operations. Meta, the parent of Facebook and Instagram, issued similar findings in a quarterly report, NPR also reported. OpenAI and Meta said they disrupted activity, quote, traced back to a political marketing firm in Tel Aviv called Stoic. Fake accounts posed as Jewish students, African Americans, and concerned citizens. They posted about the war in Gaza, praised Israel's military, and criticized college antisemitism and the UN Relief Agency for Palestinian refugees in the Gaza Strip, according to Meta. The posts were aimed at audiences in the US, Canada, and Israel. Meta banned Stoic from its platforms and sent the company a cease and desist letter. This is according to NPR reporting May 31st. Then, quote from NPR, OpenAI said the Israeli operation used AI or artificial intelligence to generate and edit articles and comments posted across Instagram, Facebook, and X, as well as to create fictitious personas and bios for fake accounts, end quote. Well, with rivalries between the U.S., China, Russia, and Iran, it's expected that these nations would virtually use every tool available to inflict some damage on one another. But Israel is supposed to be America's billion-dollar, ironclad ally and a democracy. So why is she meddling in U.S. affairs again? This isn't the first time Israel has been engaged in anti-American operations inside of America. There are reports of cases going back to the 1950s. The Jonathan Pollard spying scandal is the most notorious case. This American citizen and civilian defense analyst was caught selling classified secrets to Israel. He was given life in prison in 1987. Israel lobbied for his release and gave him citizenship, and he was eventually paroled in 2015. Mr. Pollard had worked for the U.S. Navy's Anti-Terrorist Alert Center, and he contacted the Israeli embassy about secret information from the State Department, Defense Department, Justice Department, CIA, and the National Security Agency. Then Defense Secretary Caspar Weinberger said Mr. Pollard did serious damage to national security. The traitor moved to Israel in 2020 after conditions for his parole had been eased. Now, given the hatred, the heated rhetoric, and hot-blooded emotions driving much of American politics, an ally, stoking internal enmity, manipulating lawmakers and U.S. citizens is a threat to the country. That black politicians and anti-Zionist congressional representatives are targets of such operations should alarm us. Why the constant interference, lies, political bribes, and going after our community and our elected officials? Why? And if Israel's intentions are noble and rooted in truth, why did the Zionist government engage in multi-million-dollar secret operations? Why us? Are we still seen as their slaves? Are we still tools to be used by Zionists as they see fit? Or do powerful Jewish groups and the Israeli government see us rising in knowledge and growing to determine what positions to take? Growing to determine which friends to embrace, and growing to decide which side we should choose to be on. It's time that we act as an independent people, choosing our own friends, identifying our own enemies, and pursuing our own interests. Isn't that what Israel is doing? You're listening to Straight Words. I'm Naba'a Richard Muhammad. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think. You can reach me on X at RM Final Call, and you can reach me at straightwords.com. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to have more for you and hope to hear from you soon. Assalamu alaikum.